I'm Captain Jack Sparrow. Savvy?
People may have made sure that I was not looked at favorably. Powerful press, powerful media, this, that, for whatever reasons.
The co-stars who fell in love on a movie set, only to then fall out of love even more publicly.
Johnny Depp really hit it big in the 2000s, becoming one of Hollywood's major stars. Known as a bit of a chameleon and definitely recognized as a Hollywood heartthrob, Depp's films are often quirky and offbeat, and his roles have become legendary. But of course, there's a lot more to the story than just his on-screen success. Around this time, Johnny's life took a turn that led to some serious personal and professional issues. So, let's take a deeper look into the life of John Christopher Depp II. Johnny was born on June 9, 1963 in Owensboro, Kentucky. He was the youngest in his family, with two older sisters, Debbie and Christy, and an older brother, Daniel. His childhood wasn't exactly a walk in the park. His dad, also named John, was a civil engineer who worked hard but also drank a lot. His mom, Elizabeth Sue Wells, had been working as a waitress since she was just 14, mainly in roadside diners. This early start in life definitely left its mark on her. In an interview with Rolling Stone, Johnny opened up about his mom's abusive and erratic behavior, and how their relationship remained strained even into his adulthood. He recalled, "Yeah, there were irrational beatings. Maybe it's an ashtray coming your way. Maybe you're going to get clunked with the phone." Despite idolizing his mother, he wasn't blind to her erratic and mean behavior. At her funeral, he famously said, "My mom was maybe the meanest human being I have ever met in my life." Growing up in such a volatile environment really shaped Johnny and set the stage for his future. Another big factor in his tumultuous upbringing was the family's constant moving. They moved a lot because his parents didn't like to stay in one place and fix up their homes. At one point, they even moved to a house just down the street.
How do you adjust? How do you get to be, if you're going in a different school all the time?
Well, it was kind of normal. We didn't know anything else, you know.
By the time Johnny was 15, he had lived in several cities and moved about 40 times. When his dad got a job with better pay in Florida, the family moved again, leaving behind all of Johnny's friends in Kentucky. This lack of stability, combined with the loss of his beloved grandfather, led to a lot of tension at home. Johnny started getting into frequent arguments with his parents. By the age of 12, he had started smoking and drinking. A year later, he began a SUL relationship with a girl a few years older than him. When he turned 15, his parents divorced, which completely threw him off balance, even though he said he hated both of them. He started experimenting with every drug he could find: cocaine, ecstasy, LSD, psychedelic mushrooms, and marijuana. Johnny later admitted that he once tried his mom's psychotropic drugs to numb his pain. Unsurprisingly, this led to him skipping school and getting expelled. Johnny tried to change things around later, but his early life was already setting him on a certain path.
I went back 2 weeks later. I thought, you know what, this is crazy. I should go back. And I went back and I spoke to the dean of the school, and he said, "Johnny, we don't want you to come back."
A big moment for the future Captain Jack Sparrow came when Johnny Depp's mom gifted him a cheap $25 electric guitar for his 12th birthday. Watching his cousins jam in his uncle's gospel group, Johnny got hooked on the guitar and music. It became his passion and a way to channel his creativity. He taught himself to play, and when his parents split up, he decided to strike out on his own. He moved into a trailer with his buddy, Sal.
Ladies and gentlemen, the Party Breakers with Mr. Johnny Depp.
At first, Johnny played with small garage bands. His first band was called Flame, and he thought he'd found his calling in life. Soon, he joined the rock band Kids and started performing in nightclubs. But the money wasn't enough to make ends meet, so Johnny took on various part-time jobs, working at a construction site, as a courier, and eventually selling ballpoint pens. Despite the struggle, he devoted all his free time to music. In just 4 years, Johnny cycled through 14 different bands. At 20, Johnny married Lori Ann Allison, a makeup artist 5 years older than him. Unfortunately, their happiness was short-lived. They divorced 2 years later because Laurie couldn't handle their constant financial struggles. However, their marriage marked another pivotal moment in Johnny's life. Laurie knew about Johnny's acting ambitions and introduced him to Nicolas Cage. By then, Cage had already made a name for himself with roles in films like Rumblefish. Meeting Cage was a game-changer for Johnny, marking the start of a new chapter in his life that would eventually lead him to the iconic role of Jack Sparrow. Johnny got his first role in the cult horror film A Nightmare on Elm Street, which came out in 1984. This role caught the attention of other Hollywood figures, and offers started rolling in. Johnny himself became passionate about acting. He didn't hesitate to accept a role in the teen comedy Private Resort, which was released in 1985. This role required Johnny to make some professional sacrifices, including acting naked, but he was determined to save up for a new album, so he took on roles in TV series like Hotel and Lady in Blue, and a supporting role in Slow Burn with Eric Roberts. However, instead of funding a new album, Johnny chose to invest in acting classes, which turned out to be a smart move. Improving his acting skills paid off. In 1987, Johnny landed a role in the popular TV series 21 Jump Street, playing a cop investigating crimes in schools. The show made him a hit among young audiences, but Johnny felt stifled by the role and didn't want to be seen as just a teen idol. He grew tired of playing the same one-dimensional character and eagerly accepted the chance to work with the infamous director John Waters on the lead role in the grotesque musical Cry Baby. In 1989, Johnny caught a big break. He was cast in the lead role of Tim Burton's Edward Scissorhands. This role earned him a Golden Globe nomination and introduced him to Burton, a collaboration that would last for years. Interestingly, Johnny's character, a cyborg, only speaks 169 words throughout the entire film. Yet Johnny managed to convey a wide range of emotions and feelings using just his eyes. Edward Scissorhands was a significant milestone in Johnny's career. It also marked the beginning of a long and fruitful friendship with Tim Burton, resulting in a series of successful films like Sleepy Hollow, Charlie and the Chocolate Factory, Sweeney Todd, Dark Shadows, and other memorable works. Let's fast forward to a pivotal chapter in Johnny Depp's life, when Winona Ryder charmed our hero. With her innocent face and big eyes, Winona captured Johnny's heart. They were quite the Hollywood it couple, so much so that Johnny even got a Winona Forever tattoo in her honor. When they met, Winona was 16 and Johnny was 26. Despite the age gap, their connection was undeniable, and they quickly became one of the most talked about and adored couples in Tinseltown. They were inseparable, and just 5 months into their whirlwind romance, Johnny popped the question. However, their love story wasn't meant to last forever.
Am I romantic?
Such a romantic film.
I've seen Wuthering Heights 10 times. I am a romantic.
The first crack in their relationship came from their hectic schedules. Both were at the peak of their careers, leaving little time for each other. Secondly, the relentless paparazzi added strain. After Winona, Johnny's love life took another tumultuous turn with his third significant relationship, this time with the famous model Kate Moss. Their romance was intense and wild, often described as being on the edge. Journalists even dubbed their relationship cocaine due to their notorious partying. They met in 1994 at a New York cafe and were immediately drawn to each other. Their 4-year relationship was marked by dramatic breakups, eccentric behavior, and wild hotel escapades. Eventually, they split quietly without much official publicity. As the new millennium approached, Johnny's career reached new heights. He earned his star on the Hollywood Walk of Fame and enjoyed wild popularity. Now he could be selective about his roles, choosing projects that matched his taste and vision. On the set of The Ninth Gate, Johnny met his future long-term partner, Vanessa Paradis. They lived together for 14 years and had 2 children. Their daughter, Lily Rose Depp, was born a year after they met. Friends noted that Johnny changed significantly during this period, giving up drinking, drugs, and the idle entertainment that once defined him. Despite a box office disappointment with Blow, fate handed Johnny a career-defining role, Captain Jack Sparrow. Initially, Jack Sparrow wasn't a significant character in Pirates of the Caribbean, and he was supposed to be very different. But Johnny brought his unique flair to the role, transforming Jack into the drunken, cheerful, and slightly vulgar pirate we all love. When the first film, Pirates of the Caribbean: The Curse of the Black Pearl, was released in 2003, it was a massive success. Johnny's portrayal of Jack Sparrow became iconic, and the franchise flourished.
When you did the first one, did you think there would even be a second one?
I didn't think I'd make it past 3 weeks.
Really?
Yeah, no, I was right on the way out of Disney premises.
Following the success of Pirates, Johnny starred in several other successful projects like Once Upon a Time in Mexico, Charlie, The Life and Art of Charles Chaplin, Charlie and the Chocolate Factory, Alice in Wonderland, and The Rum Diary. Speaking of The Rum Diary, it was on this set that Johnny met Amber Heard, whose presence would radically alter his life. During filming, a romance blossomed between them, ultimately leading to the end of his already strained relationship with Vanessa Paradis. Johnny and Amber married in a civil ceremony on February 3, 2015. But just over a year later, in May 2016, Amber filed for divorce and obtained a temporary restraining order against Johnny, alleging verbal and physical abuse, often under the influence of drugs or alcohol. Johnny denied these claims, suggesting Amber was trying to secure a financial settlement prematurely. They reached a settlement in August 2016, with the divorce finalized in January 2017. Johnny paid Amber $7 million, which she pledged to donate to charity. The divorce and allegations cost Johnny dearly, leading to him being dropped from major projects. In February 2019, he sued Amber for defamation over a December 2018 op-ed she wrote for The Washington Post. Johnny claimed he was the true victim of abuse and that Amber's allegations were a hoax, causing Disney to drop him from future projects. The Depp v. Heard trial took place in Fairfax County, Virginia, from April 11th to June 1st, 2022. During the trial, Amber accused Johnny of domestic abuse, claiming he became paranoid and violent after drug and alcohol binges. In contrast, Johnny accused Amber of physical and verbal abuse. After 13 hours of deliberation, the jury returned a verdict on June 1st, 2022. They found that all 3 statements in Amber's op-ed were false, defamatory, and made with actual malice. The jury awarded Johnny $10 million in compensatory damages and $5 million in punitive damages. Johnny reacted to the verdict by declaring, "The jury gave me my life back. I am truly humbled." This lawsuit helped restore Johnny's reputation, and he's slowly making his way back into the industry after everything he's been through.